So hello guys, I'm Sorodip Biswas. So welcome back to my channel. So today you are watching, this is a Crompton Greaves high speed. So as you are watching, this is a Crompton Greaves high speed and there is my 5-star. So I have purchased this fan, used piece. So first let me show you what's the things below the bottom canopy. So as you are watching here, first of all let me show you the rivets. So these are golden plated rivets. Actually these are not golden rivets, or these are not any kind of brass rivets. These are actually golden plated rivets. As you are watching from here, as you can see, these are just painted rivets. So nice to see. So now let me show you the connections. As you are watching, this is the connector box, and let me just show you. As you can see, this is a brown painted connector box. Usually the early box logo fans had the connector painted, spray painted in this motor color, so whatever might be. And as you can see, here is the color coding, that is red, blue, black, and there is a capacitor mounted. And let me show you the level of the fan. So let me search for the level. So as you can see, here is the level of the fan, if you can see, and here is a serial number. So let me just illuminate my room. So now I hope you can see it clearly. The level is torn off, but there is written somewhere 70 watts, and the fan is filled with paint drops. I hope the previous owner, without removing the fan, painted his room. Here is some kind of serial number. So I cannot watch it properly, guys. If you can watch it, there is no okay tested, but whatever. Another surprising thing is that, if you can notice, let me show you another surprising thing. As you can see, these are the golden lines, and here are some paint drops. But watch here, can you see? It's a hand logo. So this is the hand logo fan. Yes, the motor is hand logo, and the label is also torn box logo. So this is actually a transition model. Now let me show you the blade screws. So these are the blade screws, and these are small plastic washers provided with additional to the metal washers. Previously in hand logo and early box logo, Crompton used to do this, but after 2003 or 4 they stopped giving this kind of washers. So I hope this is a 1990s fan. So let me check the capacitor. It's a 1999, that is October 1999 capacitor, Tipcon, specially manufactured for Crompton Greaves, 2.25 microfarad capacitor. And here is the branding of logo of Tipcon. So this is the capacitor. So this is the connector here. So as you can see, it fits nice in this connector, and this is the connector. It is neutral and phase, but both the wires are blue, so you may say RIP color coding. Let's turn on the fan and let's see what is the performance. And one thing, let me show you the blade angle. So this is the blade angle. So it's having a very high blade angle. Means this is, since this is a old HS, curved part is not as prominent as that of the modern HS. So but the curve is visible if the blade is dusty. So whatever, let's check the fan. So as you can see, this is a screw type canopy. So later box logos are push type canopies. So let's start it. So as you can see, obviously in full speed with the original capacitor. Wow, nice. The speed is it's like 375 RPM. It's more faster than compared to that of the modern Crompton Greaves high speed. This is like box logo high speed, but the blade have more angles. So I have a strobe LED light. Let me just show it in strobe light. This is just a strobe LED light. So the strobes, what you are watching here, is the actual strobes that I am watching in the camera. So the fan is running very fast, and the airflow is quite different from that of the current HS or the box logo, late box logo, G logo and Crompton logo HS. The airflow pattern is different. Means if you are a normal HS user, this fan will surely you will feel the difference. And remember, this down dot is a 9-inch down dot and not a 11-inch down dot as that of the modern HS or later box logo HS. Means after 2000s. So after 2000, Crompton increased the down dot from 9-inch to 11-inch, but this is a 9-inch down dot. So as you saw just now, so this is the fan. The fan is very fast, and the original capacitor is really strong enough to handle the optimum and required speed for this fan. So I like this fan very much. So let's do a small cleaning and servicing of this fan. After then it will look good. So So guys, the HS is now ready. As you can watch, I have cleaned the fan totally. As you can see, the fan is totally cleaned and it's in a very unpolished condition, because as you know. So here, as you can see, Crompton has provided a connector, and during the finishing time in 1990s period, they spray painted the fan, which resulted in the painted these wires, spray painted these wires and this connector. Means what previously Crompton used to do is that they generally means after fitting the capacitor and checking the fan, they usually spray painted the fan top side, so that such paint chips or whatever might be is not visible. But nowadays Crompton used to become more advanced, and nowadays don't do that. So that's why the capacitor previous holder is spray painted, and this is the original capacitor 1099, this tip on. So it's 1999. So I will keep this capacitor holder aside, since I have Crompton original capacitor holder. So this is the Crompton original capacitor holder, as you are watching. Let me just turn on the flash so you can watch. So I bought this capacitor holder from Crompton Service Center. As you can see, N and L, the neutral and line, is written similar to that of the old one, and both are same. So I have the original one. The good thing about the original one is that since I want to replace the capacitor with oil one, but 2.25, this is a concave capacitor. So these prongs are close enough to accommodate and tight fit this capacitor. But if I want to shove this capacitor in an old this thing, then the capacitor will be loose, because the prongs are in a very gap and I cannot compress it, otherwise it will break. So you have to use paper, folding paper or something to fix the capacitor. But since I have this connector, I will use this connector, so like this, and we'll connect the fan. So let's do it. But before that, let me just polish the fan. So I'm showing you a blade. So this is the blade, brass painted rivets. So let me just polish the fan. So it's very easy to polish the fan, and also all the screws and springs are dipped in kerosene for a while. So let me also just clean this stuff. And yes, always remove this thing from the kerosene within few hours. As you can see, it becomes soft, so that is a good thing. But if you keep it constantly, then the rubber will melt. So let's install it and first clean it. And the thing you are watching, it's totally clean. I have cleaned it with toothbrush and kerosene oil by dipping it in kerosene oil. As you can see, it's totally clean now. And I have removed the circlip using a circlip plier. As you can watch, this is the smallest plier that is available in the market. This, I hope this is a 6-inch size. The 8-inch will not accommodate, or cannot use an 8-inch in this kind of small circlips. So whatever might be, this is the thing. So let's do it. It's better to polish the fan at last. First, let me fix the bearings. So these are the old bearings. As you can see, this one is 6202Z SCH, and this one is 6201Z CGCL. I don't know from when did Crompton started making ball bearings, but I hope this is a piece of service center. So service center piece. And these are the replacement units, rubber sealed SH 6201 and 02 bearings. So let's put this, and first let's first install it. Then after that, I will polish the fan using WD-40, as you know. So as you can see, there are some illiterates out there, many of them are in YouTube also. They just tap this shaft. As you can see, this just tap at the shaft using some kind of screwdriver and hammer technique. They simply do like this. They just grab the shaft like this and hammer the screwdriver or what chisel like this, so that the shaft becomes improper and the bearing grabs the shaft very tightly. But this is not the actual process. This is a very wrong process. If you feel your shaft is too loose for your bearing, then the actual process you should do is that, first, if your shaft is too loose for your bearing, so what should you do? You just tape this. This is called tape trick, and this is the best technique I have ever used. So just wrap the shaft using this much of tape, not much required. Wrap like this, and don't wrap it fully, otherwise the full tape will be going down, slipping down. So just wrap that tape like this. It may be means coverage is like 70% or 65% coverage, and just shove it in the upper body. Or if this is happening in the lower body, then just wrap it like this and just shove it in the lower body. But never damage the shaft, because this is a temporary solution. And yes, temporary means until the next disassembly of your fan. I hope if you use this fan for 10 years also, nothing will happen to this tape, because tape is tape, and these don't melt in the 70 to 80 degree temperatures like the fan coil winding goes. So this is made like that only. So if you have this kind of Crompton spacer, this is a Crompton high speed spacer as you can know. So if you lost this ring or broke this circle clip, you can also use this spacer, because it's exactly the same size as that of the circle clip and doing the same job. So if you have this spacer, or if you get this spacer and you broke your circle clip, then no issues. But circle clip is available. This is a 15 mil. I hope this is 6202. That's why I hope 15 mil. So it's a 15 mil shaft. So 15 mil circle clip. So it's easily available in pump repair shop, circle clip and whatsoever. But if you not get, then this kind of spacer will also work. But remember the size. This is of Crompton HS only. If the fan runs with the tape trick, it will run as long as the fan is running. It will not melt, or it will not make a mess inside. But if somebody just taps and destroys the shaft, then this is a destruction of the shaft. So this thing is permanent. This thing is temporary. So the thing is that destruction of the shaft is bad, because Crompton original shafts in majority India is not available. You have to use some copy shafts that are available. So I am slightly facing a problem here. As you know, I just install modern HS. It's very easy. But in this case, as you are watching, when I just press the shaft, it goes to the maximum position and there is a gap. So you will ask me why so? Because during the disassembly, you remember the lower bearing was in the means lowest position in the hole, and the upper bearing was in the highest position. So I hope this is the difference between an old HS and a new HS. New HS bearing should be on the brim, and old HS the bearing should be inserted at the last point of the this slot. So I have to do it now. So let's take some bearings, used bearings, but not the CG serial. This is the WD-40. Let's polish the fan. So let's just wipe the fan and see the gloss. So as you can see, the gloss has been retained because of the WD-40. This is a small DIY trick. Let's test the motor for the successful performance. So let's just shove the capacitor connector here. And always use all capacitor, don't opt for PVC capacitors. There are some illiterate out there in India or whatsoever claim that the oil capacitors leaks oil, so it is bad for the fan. Always use PVC capacitor. Never trust them. As you can see, black is the neutral. Black has become brown due to the paint spray. So as you are watching, just connect this and twist this. Yes, the tips of the motor wires are soldered, so that's a good thing. Nobody has chopped off the motor wires. So, and let's connect the primary. Red is the primary, the blue is the auxiliary, and black is the neutral. And a capacitor have both black wires, so don't get confused with the capacitor wires. Different capacitors come with different kind of wires, and there is no polarity in a capacitor. So let's just connect the So as you can see, now the shackle is fixed. I have used many washers here just to make the adjustment so that the canopy is not inclined inside. So because this canopy don't have prongs to separate out, means create a gap between the this mouth and the shackle. That's why if there is prongs, then the canopy height, maximum height would be like this, but these don't have prong. That's why this is like this, because these have a screw. So whatsoever, you have to adjust it accordingly to look good. You cannot adjust it also, but the canopy, you can just put the canopy in this level so that no touching is happening. But I want to raise it full, that's why I used too much washers here just to create a gap. So as you can see here, now let's test the fan. So I have connected the fan. So let's just put a screwdriver here. Let's just separate the wires out from the motor. Let's just start the fan. As you can see, except of the atmospheric noises of the traffic, there is no such sounds. Only the motor running sound is there. So, and it created a very huge torque on my hand. That's a good thing. So let's now install the blades after polishing the blades, and let's now see what's the performance. So as you can see, still this is totally dried out, the WD-40, but the blade is now polished. So let's polish the blade, and this is a success method. So guys, as you can see, I have installed the fan. So the fan is looking pretty good. There is no such marks on the base of the motor. The marks are not visible as that of the previous condition, but let's start the fan. So the speed is like box logo HS or the G logo HS, very good speed. So the speed is very nice. Let's see using my strobe lights. So as you know, I have a strobe light. So let's start my strobe light. It's actually an LED strip light, strip of LED. So as you can see here, this is the strobe. So let me just restart the fan so you can see the strobes properly. So I have stopped the fan. So I have started the fan again. So the strobes what I am watching in my eyes is the strobes that is the camera is also watching. So the speed is slightly greater compared to that of the Crompton logo HS. And what I am seeing is that the strobes are going in this side in anti-clockwise direction very fast. Means not very fast, it is visible. The camera, I don't know why the camera cannot see that. I think that's the fault of the settings of the camera or the frame rates, because the light is strobing at 50 Hz but the camera is strobing at 30 FPS. That's why there is a mismatch. So this is the fan. So as you are watching, this is the HS now. So the airflow of this SS is really awesome. It's like it's slightly, I hope it's I feel better when I stand under this HS. I feel better compared to the box logo one, because the box logo have slightly less blade angle. This is the hand logo. These and the Crompton logos, Bethora ones, have the same blade angles. So if I have previously shoved the Crompton logo blade on my box logo, and the performance was similar to like of this. And regarding this, I feel this is slightly a thick airflow, but the air velocity is also fast. That is a combination of HS, modern HS and modern Zura. So this is the fan. The fan is really nice. And the golden rivets also look pretty good in the camera and in my eyes also. So I don't think this fan requires a restoration repaint, because the servicing is enough for this fan. So whatever might be, let's stop it. So if you guys have this fan or have this kind of fan, please try to preserve it. If the blades are bad, then go to the service center or go to any spare part shop and buy Crompton original high speed blade sets that costs rupees 400 around in the service centers, and in outside I have 350 or something. So this kind of motors are really powerful compared to the G logo and Crompton logo ones. So whatever might be, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys enjoyed the video, then press the like button. Please share my video and don't forget to subscribe my channel for more this kind of fan videos and accessory videos like this. So thank you guys for watching.